Well, folks, isn't this just bad timing? Well, here's some bad news and here's some good news. All right, let's start with what's going on. Um, just today at about um uh 2:15 p.m. I think it was roughly around that time or probably earlier. I don't know, but Star Wars Battlefront 2 was updated by Disney, of all people. At first, nobody actually thought that this was real. They all thought it was like a joke or something, but apparently, what this update does, it was over 3.2 gigabytes. And what this does is that it actually restores multiplayer into classic Star Wars Battlefront 2 as without the use of GameSpy or Game Ranger, and includes, a cap of 64 players for the match. And this news was of an entire revelation. We never, no one ever suspected this sort of thing would happen, but here comes the whole good news and bad news part. The bad news is that um, the mods don't work anymore. Um, the Ultimate Mod Pack and basically any mods that were eh, that were included and everything, in there, it they don't work anymore. So maybe they'll start working again. I don't know, but this update pretty much stopped the whole mod support. Like for instance, in Instant Action, everything's back to its vanilla counterparts here. So yeah. But one of the things, and unfortunately this means that there will not be any me showing off any of the mods or doing a instant action stuff in the future. So basically this project is indefinitely canceled until maybe the mods start working again. But and the thing is another bad piece of bad news is that um for right now multiplayer isn't working. Everyone's trying to log in all at once and it's literally crashing the game. And well, it's not crashing the game, but it's freezing it. And when it freezes, you can't control delete or alt F4, out of anything. So you're just reduced to having to have to restart the computer every time you try to click on the multiplayer tabs. Eventually, hopefully, there will be a hot fix in the future that will enable people to at least access multiplayer and play with other people. And from what I hear, from people that actually uh, been unable to have any problems are saying that the servers work great and everything. So that's good. That's very good. But again, bad news and everything. No more mods. Everything's back to its, vanilla counterpart. Even the unofficial patch doesn't even work. Sad to say. So no more Battlefront 2 videos, unfortunately. And the good news is that number one, this update practically just fucked over Electronic Arts hard. Okay, okay. This cannot be a coincidence because this update came at least like 2 or 3 days after the announcement that Battlefront 2 was only gonna have 40 players, a for like a 40 players instead of 32 or 64 or anything, just 40 players. And that's from what I heard, like the PC side. I think, maybe. And apparently Disney did not like that, and apparently they figured out EA's track record of completely botched games like the previous Battlefront, Mass Effect Andromeda, and the absolute shitstorm that is the new NBA 2K18 or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't give a shit, but but lots of people are so happy that Disney has re-enabled multiplayer for this classic game, and everyone's just so happy. It's just that we're still like waiting on the hotfix and whatnot. It's probably won't take until like another day or two until it's properly fixed, and hopefully we'll get like mod supports, back again in the future. But I am literally so happy. Like, okay, I'm not deterred by the fact that I can't play out multiplayer to test out the theory that it is in fact working. It's just enough that Disney actually went through the effort to update this classic old game to working stuff, and I think it pretty much just shows that Disney has very little faith with with Electronic Arts' idea of handling like the Star Wars games as a whole. And I think after Battlefront 2 comes out and it's deemed a failure, uh Disney is probably gonna do something about it, because they already did something here, which I think is pretty much like I think it shows that Disney actually actually cares about the Star Wars community as a whole. Like, they could, okay, they didn't have to do this like at all. They didn't have to. We could just went our boring, ignorant lives, playing the excruciating, awful, new coming, game that's gonna come, pretty soon. But no, they just did something totally unexpected, and it's just amazing. And they added some new features, like they added like this view trailer thing, which is actually kind of cool. It only has like two trailers. One is for Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, which was a long time ago, and the second one I think it was for Star Wars Empire of War, the strategy game, which is really which is pretty cool, I think. But yeah, I think this pretty much just goes to show that this whole update is basically a gigantic spit in the face to Electronic Arts, and quite frankly, by today, I'm probably won't be surprised that that owners of the game, or at least sales of the game on good old games and Steam have just like fucking skyrocketed now. Probably get a whole lot more money. And the thing is that they actually renamed this game. This game is now officially called Star Wars Battlefront 2 Classic 2005. So, as not to confuse with the newer one. So, and this is in fact the original. But this this is just mind-blowingly amazing. And I am I have got a big fat smile on my face. I mean, they really stuck it to EA hard. I mean, wow. And I know probably you are all thinking that, that that EA, did have something to do with this, and no. No, they haven't. This is Disney did this, not EA. Disney did this. This coolest ass update of re-enabling the multiplayer. It's a shame that the mods are not working. Like if you try to, like try the mod pack or the like if you try the mod pack or the unofficial patch, it won't work. I've already tried it, and it just doesn't work. It just the update pretty much just overwritten everything and just disabled any kind of attempt on it. But um, I'm pretty sure that with something like this. They're probably gonna plan like more updates in the future, and I'm hearing rumors that there might be a a workshop for this, and if so, that would be really, really neat. Everyone can, post like their own mods into like Battlefront 2 instead of having to get them from a server. So we'll get like Battlefront Extreme and all the other goodies and classics, and maybe even some new ones on here. That would be neat. But yeah, so unfortunately, as I'm saying, there will no longer be any more, Battlefront 2 videos as of now because, well, again, like I said, no more mods until they re-enable support again. But um, in the meantime, it's it is now the very beginning of October, and I think it's about time we play a couple little horror games just in time for the it's the right time for the season, and I found a couple of good ones I haven't tried out before, and I got them dirt cheaps, and they're really good games. I might give them a go later on. But again, as I just wanted you to know, that I just wanted to let you all know why there won't be any more Battlefront 2, videos in the future. So with that, I'll just sign off here and wish everyone, a happy Star Wars Day in case the hotfix, for the multiplayer servers get released. But until then, I will see you later.